Wakanda Forever had a decent opening weekend, and Odin's going to get further into these numbers to break down some of the things that I'm talking about. But while it had a decent opening weekend, it definitely is not the weekend that Disney and Marvel were hoping for. Now, based on the recent trends from other Marvel Cinematic Universe films and some of the films that we're going to talk about right here, I don't think that it sets a really great outlook for this box office run, because ultimately I don't think the film was good at all. And I don't think that there's a lot of discussion to be had around the film. Obviously, the opening and the end, I think, were the most key moments of this film. And those were really strong and really good. Everything else was really bad. Really bad. The only point in the movie that I even found to be redeeming outside of the beginning and the end, spoiler alert, I guess minor spoiler alert, I'm not sure, I didn't follow the marketing of this film, but Michael B. Jordan does make an appearance, and holy shit, that dude is he's so good. Like, his screen presence is just, he's magnetic. And when he showed up for just one scene, it really showed you how weak the rest of this film was in terms of having a key central figure to focus in on. The film really was hurt by the lack of Chadwick Boseman, and with Michael B. Jordan not being in it. Everybody did a fine job in terms of the acting. I thought the acting is actually half decent in the movie. Pretty good. Fairly good. But ultimately, you didn't have a strong central figure to focus in on. You didn't have a strong villain, and it was just all over the place. That means that I don't think that you're going to have any real legs with this movie. This movie's still going to make money. It's not a flop. So let's make clear of that. It is not a flop. It's not going to be a flop. It will make money for Disney, more than likely. But how much money is the question. But as we reported right before the film came out, the trends were not there for Wakanda Forever. And I think Disney made a massive, massive mistake with how they went ahead and carried out this film and utilized Chadwick Boseman in it. I just think it didn't work. It didn't work. And if you would have either recast him or done something completely different than what they did, you might have an opportunity to have that discussion like you did with Paul Walker in The Fast and Furious, or Heath Ledger's Joker, where if you just focused in on the story and quit bringing the real life aspect into any of it at all. And I understand Joker was completely, filmed in The Dark Knight. Paul Walker, they brought his brother in to do some reshoots and things like that, but they kept it focused on the story. Whereas in Wakanda Forever, they tried to parallel real life. I don't think it worked at all. In fact, it came off slightly, maybe not slightly, but it came off disrespectful, in my opinion. I think the most honorable thing you could do for Chadwick Boseman would be to recast this role and make it just honor him in terms of what he created. Just let it continue to live on. Let it continue to grow. That's the best way you can honor his character, in my opinion. But ultimately, we're going to see how this continues to track for Disney and Marvel. As you can see, for those keeping track, if those numbers play out, Black Panther 2 would become the number 2 domestic opener of 2022 behind Doctor Strange, 187 million, and one of the top 20 openers of all time. All that sounds great and everything, but Doctor Strange had this massive opening weekend, but it never even hit $1 billion. And based on that opening, and even I said with Thor Love and Thunder, I said Thor Love and Thunder is going to hit $1 billion. There was no doubt about it. Well, it didn't. And Thor Love and Thunder had a strong opening weekend, not as strong as Doctor Strange, not as strong as Black Panther, but it still had a strong opening weekend. But the legs are not there for a lot of these Marvel movies anymore, because I believe that Marvel has been hurt significantly with a lot of the Disney Plus stuff and a lot of the identity politics and everything like that. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever could be that film that has those legs simply because of the discussion about Chadwick Boseman. I don't see it. I don't see this film hitting $1 billion. That doesn't make it a failure at all. That doesn't make it a flop. That just means that it's going to be probably a slight disappointment for sure, I think. Not a flop, not a disaster, nothing like that, and it will make money. But I'll be interested to know what everybody thinks about Wakanda Forever. Have you seen it? What do you think about how they went about this film with Chadwick Boseman's unfortunate passing? By all accounts, he was a fantastic person, and it's super sad that, he's no longer with us. And I wish that he would have had his memory honored in a more respectful way directly to the character in the film, and not any real life parallels. I just don't think it worked. But that's just my opinion. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.